Welcome to the Cup again tonight, man. Got my man, Dickey Simpkins. Friendly High School.
Yes.
Representing Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Charlie Moe. Bryson is not here tonight. Yeah. He heard that Dickey Simpkins was coming on the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He been giving us false information about the matchups, so he decided to take a trip.
Yeah, he on AWOL.
Yeah, he on.
Yeah, kind of funny how he not on the set right now.
He's on AWOL.
Hey, I know he been in talking trash. That's why he need to be here right now.
Yeah, you need to be in back in your motherfucking trash talking up, though, man. But my man Simp, man, you know, man, just come from friendly, man. Just me seeing you play, you know what I'm saying, when you was youngster, 11th grade, man, getting with the team we had, like, way back in the day, you know what I'm saying, and heard a lot about you back then. I was like, man, this motherfucker shoot the mid-range. This motherfucker can get bounce and all that, man. I mean, what you do, that 11th grade year to me is when you just sprout out on your game, man. Like, what you do to work on your game that 1 year, man, because you just went crazy on that shit, man.
Yeah, I think it was more confidence level just went up. I mean, that was the summer. That summer, we were at Nike camp together. Mm-hmm. Went to Nike camp. Playing AAU kind of built my confidence. I always was trying to work on my all-around game, versatility. But you know, back then, they wasn't trying to let bigs do all that stuff, but I always tried to work on it anyway, playing with guards and one-on-one and stuff. But I think the biggest thing was just my confidence jump. My confidence jump, and my high school coach had a plan, and then AAU helped my confidence that summer. So that's pretty much what made it a big jump.
Yeah, that was a huge jump, man. Just like I said, man, like just from, you know what I'm saying, like even ball shootout days and stuff like that, man. Just the practice that we had, the caliber guys we had on our team with the Grants and them guys, Ted Jeffries and them guys, and just to see you develop, man, just that jump shot, that will to just get better. And I seen that you and Monty kind of remind each other, coming from the county, you know what I'm saying, and two big skill guys, you know what I'm saying, and you perfected that shit. You never change your game. It's the same fucking game, you know what I'm saying, the same game, but you always stay relevant to it. If the game changed or it didn't, you can play in any era. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that to me was like very impressive, you know what I'm saying? You know, you and Mike Smith going to Providence together. Charlie Moore, that 90 year, man. Mm-hmm. Mo, talk about that 1990 year. That was a nice year, man.
Yeah. We was fortunate enough to go to Nike camp this summer, man. It was about close to about 13, 14 of us went.
Yeah. On that train, jumping on that train.
Y'all had just went the previous year, and we went the next year, and just to see that you was on that level, man, and all that stuff together, because, you know, you at camp. Mm-hmm. People don't realize them camps back then was like, you had to stick with your game. Yeah. People from New York ain't like you. People from Chicago ain't like you. Detroit, you had to watch yourself, man.
Yeah, all them dudes was together, man.
Yep. So we had to stay the same way, man. Then that summer, in spring, I played with Dickey on Team Maryland AAU team, the team that was just thrown together, man. I think I probably was the only one from D.C. on that team. Randolph was too. And we had Lamont Gumby, Von Battle, Dickey Simpkins, Phil Wilson, Dale Josu. Dante even played some games. Dante Bynum.
Yeah, Dante played some games.
We had a good team, man. Didn't lose any games. Won the Potomac Valley. Then everybody's playing summer. Meet up in All-Star games in the area. Travel together. And it was like that whole class, man. It was like, you guys set the mark for us that want to do more, or be on the same level as y'all. So we took it real serious, man. And every time a coach called me, first person he was asking about was Dickey Simpkins. Well, I just talked to Dickey, you know, he's going to come on and visit if you come on up here. And Dickey called, I think it was Notre Dame. He was like, man, I'm going on a visit, man. They played Michigan football that day. You know, that's the rival game up there. But, you know, you saw Dickey, he was a unique power player, man. And that's why it was such a matchup problem for people in the area, man. I mean, even the best people, he used to give him work. His fundamentals, his footwork. Like you said, his mid-range game, you can't play off of him. And he rebound. You know, get a little mean with it sometime.
Oh.
You know, basketball.
No blue. No blue.
That's
No
one,
blue.
all right.
That's how we do say get a little mean with it, meaning.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what he meant. He from San Francisco. But just that competition, then, you know, that 90 class, a lot of people sign, you know.
That 90
Big
class
East,
is mean as shit.
ACC, and, you know, of course everybody wanted to go to Maryland that year, man.
Yeah.
I think that probation kind of messed it up.
Off that 90 class, though, that came in that 89, who was, yourself, Mike Smith, Moulton, G. Hill,
That was it.
and that made the first team on that.
Yeah.
On 89, though, 2 times.
Yeah, 2 times. Yeah. You made it 9.
Yeah, that was, that was how long motherfucking class, right? The underclassmen was saying.
You go with 6 guys.
Yeah, that was crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Then the next year, we, you know, all us made it together. It was like, damn, like my man just did this, just took this picture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that all met team with Curt.
Yeah.
I look at that picture all the time. Grant sent me that picture one day. Text me that picture, blast from the past. I was like, and I'm looking at it. I was like,
Hell of a mob.
Yeah.
I saw y'all arguing about who was the best all Met team.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. I think it was our team. I ain't got no time for this bullshit.
Well, you was on both teams. What team you think?
Yeah, he might say some crazy shit, but he don't take crazy shots. You know what I'm saying? So he know what's happening.
Both of them teams was good, but that 89 team, it was me. I mean,
a lot
Curt.
of people on that 89 team put on that hat.
Yeah, no bullshit. No bullshit.
Mike Tate on that joint.
Mike Tate, people forget about him.
People forget about Mike Tate.
That was bad, Joe.
Was he your toughest matchup then?
Mike Tate was my toughest matchup in high school. I remember when I was a sophomore, they were like, "Oh, you playing against Mike Tate?" You know, Oxon Hill was our rival.
Yeah.
And the one thing about around here, man, when we were playing, you had to bring it.
Yeah.
It was dudes playing. Every team had at least two or three dudes. Oxon Hill had Mike Tate. Carlson had Walt, Hickenbottom. Every team, Mike Tate shot it every time, man. He was gonna have 35 points.
Mike Tate's a bad motherfucker.
And I remember playing against him my sophomore year. And I think Mike thought he was gonna just punk me.
Yeah.
And, you know, we battled, and every little step kind of was helping gain respect around here, man. You know, playing in AAU, going up Doc's gym, playing.
Doc's gym.
You know, when you go up Doc's gym. I remember I got a call. Doc, somehow I got my number. It's like, once you come to this gym, Doc came and picked me up in his little Volvo.
Yeah, little
The Volvo joint.
Yeah. You in that gym, if you ain't bring it, or you act like you're scared, you wasn't coming back to that gym anymore.
Nah.
And I think all those steps, playing against the Mike Tates and Walden, playing against the guys all around the DMV, DC guys, because I felt like, I guess back then it was like, people would say the Maryland dudes can't, you know, would they come and show up and play against? So DC guys, so I made sure I was trying to be everywhere where the competition was, and that helped me grow. It helped me see the level of play with the city guys. Yeah. And going up Doc's gym was a whole nother step too, because you had the NBA dudes in there, you had the college dudes, and then you had all the best high school dudes around. You ain't come. I remember walking in the first day, Michael Graham was in there. I'm like, okay.
Shout out to Mike.
Michael Graham, good dude, man. You know, I'm just saying Michael Graham playing at Georgetown, most intimidating dude in college basketball. I walk in the gym, Michael Graham in there. And I say to myself, you better bring it. You better not be in here not bringing it in. And from that day on, I was getting invited to Doc Gym on the regular.
Yeah, Doc Gym, man.
But they don't have stuff like that no more.
No.
But Doc's Gym, the competition at that time helped me gain my confidence and keep developing. and just showing up and matching up. I mean, playing up. I mean, when I'm getting a call from Curt and his brother, like, yo, we got game up Herbo, you in town?
Yeah. And you can't, that motherfucker was rocking. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. I got motherfuckers I can call. Now.
Yeah.
I don't call them often.
I get that call from Curt. Curt be like, yo, we playing on the Herbo, you in town?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be right there.
And he was right there cooking like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Off no bullshit, though, man. But
So what was your recruiting like coming out of Friendly?
So coming out of Friendly, I was getting recruited by Duke, North Carolina,
Blue Devils.
I was getting recruited by Play on TV, and at the time, and I wanted to play in the Big East or the ACC. And at the time, Providence had just come off their Final Four, and then Rick Barnes had got there and they had got to the tournament. So I was like, so I thought I was going to go to UConn first. I went on my visit to UConn. They had
Great
Tate George. Tate George
Chris
was there.
Smith.
Chris Smith.
Scott
Burrell. That was when Calhoun was getting it rolling. He was getting it rolling. So I went. Dave Lato was the assistant. Smooth Dave Lato.
Howie Dinkelman.
I went on my visit. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to UConn. And I had my visit to Providence. Went up there. Just the atmosphere, the family atmosphere, them dudes was all together. And then I felt like I could play starting minutes right off the bat.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to go there. And then Mike Smith ended up saying he was going there. I think we had like...
You ain't looked at Maryland?
Yeah, I visited Maryland too. Yeah. But when the whole thing went down, kind of... I always wanted to play for Lefty Giselle. I feel like Lefty let dudes just play.
Man,
he let dudes just ball out there. So I visited Maryland.
With the bag.
I visited Maryland. I don't think my mother wanted me to. I don't think my mom wanted me to stay around here. Though. She wanted me to She wanted me to go to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I went out there to visit Notre Dame. Monty was there. I hung out with Monty Williams. I came back from that visit because back then we was going on visits on our own. It ain't like today. You ain't taking your parents. You gotta go. You have to go figure. Right. You gotta figure this out on your own. Yeah. I got to Notre Dame.
So Monty was your host out there?
Monty was my host. Yeah, Monty was my host.
I'm sure y'all went to church.
Monty was in class. Monty was on point.
Yeah, that's Monty right there. Good dude, man.
Hell of a dude. So I went out there. That was my first visit. My mother wanted me to go to Notre Dame. She the prestige and all. I came back. I said, Mom, I can't go there. You leave that campus, there ain't nothing around that joint. Right. I was like, there ain't nothing over here. And then I didn't want to go to school that you had to battle with football. I didn't want to go to school and you compete with the football team. So I came. My mother was disappointed. I didn't want to go there, but she understood. And Providence just had everything. Providence was like the NBA team up there in Rhode Island.
They love Providence.
We played in the NBA arena.
Yeah.
School wasn't that big. It was all about the basketball. And I could play right away, play on TV.
Yeah.
They were up and coming.
And
I visited
your
Maryland.
own music show.
I had my own DJ show. On WDOL 91.3. The Moon Man.
The Moon Man.
When the sun goes down, the moon comes up. You listen to the WDOL 91.3. The Moon Man.
You still spinning them records, man?
Nah, I just be messing around. I don't do nothing, man. But it's funny though, because I look back and being on the radio and now being on TV doing college basketball, it's kind of funny how it all evolved, man. They just, one day the dude who ran the radio station was like, yo, y'all want to do the radio? I said, yeah, I'll do it. And then I just ended up having fun with it, man, taking callers and stuff and just ran with it.
Man.
Just ran with it, so. But I visited Maryland, I visited UConn, Providence, and Notre Dame. And then I went down and Chuck Giselle came and picked me up because, like I said, I wanted to play for Lefty. And Lefty was still like, wanted to see it. So I went down there. I didn't think I was going to play there, but I went and checked it out.
No Georgetown?
Man, Big John came at the last minute, man.
That's what they do.
Big John came at the last minute.
That's my man, Big John. Come and holler at me, man.
Big John and we just finished playing an AAU game. Big John caught me and my mother outside after we were playing up at Largo. And he was talking about coming in. I was like, man, too late in the game now.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up a Georgetown, Maryland guy. Dickey's ACC.
The check was already signed.
No checks were signed. No checks were signed. No checks were signed.
We can't take the check back.
No checks were signed.
I'm bullshit. I'm bullshit.
No checks were signed. But like I said, man, it was something about me that I wanted to go against the grain.
Yeah.
You know, guys were going to Georgetown, guys were going to Duke, North Carolina. I wanted to go against the grain. And I think we had like the top 5 recruiting class going to Providence State.
My man
We had
Rob
Phelps
Phelps.
Phelps
Yeah.
out of New York.
Yeah.
Rob was the leading scorer out of New York.
Yeah.
And
I already had my man.
Murdoch was already there, right?
Eric was there.
He was there when he got there.
When I came there, Eric was a senior. That was his year. That was when they was doing the EMT, Eric Murdoch time. Eric was getting buckets and steals.
Yes, he
You know
was.
about that, don't you, Mo?
Yeah.
Coach Barnes was like, get the ball to Eric and get out the way. Set a
got
screen
him
for
back
him.
though.
But that always been you though in general, man. Like even back in the day, when you were playing AAU with a dude Tony, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, Tony
You know,
Watkins.
right, and your whole thing was, man, you was like, man, look, I'm trying to play against
I'm trying to play
these
against-
bad motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You always came to the gym on in a very respectful manner, just wanted to go at these niggas. I mean, I'm telling y'all, this real talk. This motherfucker was coming to that motherfucking gym back in the day, son. I mean, he was cooked. Mid-ranges, up and unders, one dribble dunk, all that shit. I kept saying, this motherfucker 6'9". And all this wing shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just no bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. I came home, I was like, man, hold up. Man, I told Mr. Gore, this is no bullshit, man. Mr. Gore, rest in peace. We were just evaluating. He was talking about certain players. Back then, you got to think, you got Donna Forbes back then, Michael Tates, Monty Williams, everybody, Lynch and all them. Mr. Gore actually told me in the car one day going home practice. He said, Curt, this boy Dickey Simpkins is just as good as anybody we got on our team. So I'm looking like, for real? He said, Curt, Gore can judge some talent. Bad boy, you know what I'm saying? Man, I got to watch this motherfucker play. I say, Rowley, man, Mr. Gore, you right on this one. This nigga was cooking them niggas. Like real talk though. Wasn't talking no shit. You know what I'm saying? Boom, I'm just bad motherfucker. So then at the end, and we always wait. You know how we, as high school guys that get a chance to take that all-met picture. When you get that call and they tell you like who on that team with you and stuff like that, even though that he was a junior, I wasn't surprised at all. The motherfucker said, I said, oh, I ain't shit. I said, I ain't surprised. Oh, this motherfucker was, because I seen all that shit before that year and got a chance to even witness how dominant and skillful he was at that position. And then to go a little further, man, shit, how was it to play with Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls years? What?
Yeah, greatest team of all time.
That was crazy in itself. I mean, just growing up, watching MJ play. I remember before every high school game, I used to watch the Come Fly With Me video. Before I leave the house and go to the games, I watch Come Fly With Me video, just to kind of get hyped, get motivated, and then to be on the same team with the Bulls years later.
Yeah.
But remember when I got drafted, MJ had retired, so the first year he wasn't there. Well, for most of that year he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then we had a practice. So about December, he started practicing with us. But Phil was like, we're going to keep this low. We ain't say nothing. So when people thought he was coming back, he had already been practicing with us for a while. And he still had it. He was sharp. And then we had to keep it under wraps. And then he said what day he was going to come back. So every day we leave practice, Porters be out there trying to see if MJ in there practicing. He'd sneak out. But just playing with MJ, man, you playing with a dude that, first of all, to be the most popular and guy ever in sports and globally, he handled it unbelievable. You know what I mean? I mean, because you got everybody coming at you, but he handled it well. And then to play with him, I mean, you had to, you're gonna do your work now. That's what I like about today. You got everybody scared to hold guys accountable, or make sure dudes are doing their job. Everybody want to be buddy, or they don't want to step up. But MJ set the tone. You're gonna play a certain way. If you don't, you ain't gonna be there. And that's what pretty much made everything work. When you got a guy like that, and then just seeing the stuff he did, to see it live and be on the court with him, or throwing him a pass, or he throw you a pass, or just seeing him take over the game at the end, some crazy stuff, man. I remember we in that last championship in Utah, and he steals that ball from Karl Malone, and it just all of it was just like calmness, like this is what I do, and to steal it, and then hit the game-winning shot. I mean, that just capped off like what I had been watching and seeing him do all that time. But playing with MJ was, I mean, he gonna hold you accountable. A lot of dudes, it was tough to play with him because he gonna hold you accountable. But if you did your job, you worked hard, you did your role to a T, he respected you.
How was it playing with Scotty?
Playing with Scotty was, it was unbelievable too. I mean, you talking about a dude that, like, one of the most versatile players ever in the game, and play both sides of the ball. And it was, if you had a perfect 1-2 combination of guys, superstars that played, those two is the perfect combination you want. Scotty was unbelievable, man. Could change the game defensively, could make plays with guys, obviously. Played lead guard, point guard, played all 5 positions if he needed to. He was the perfect complementary superstar with MJ. But them dudes is, all them dudes is, we always gonna have a bond, you know what I'm saying? That you can't take away. But.
How was it watching that Golden State team that went 73-9? What were your thoughts watching them that year?
I can't lie. I didn't want them to get 73, so I know that. But, they kept everybody enthused, and I was trying to see if they were going to get it. And obviously, I was getting questioned about which team was better.
Right.
Of course, I said our team was better. Obviously you got MJ. Nobody, you can't match that. You got Scotty. You got Ron Harper. You got Ron Harper doing this thing. Then outside of that, everybody else with the role players, was a wash.
Who was your vet? One trying to took you under his wing a little bit.
When I first got there, my vet was Ron Harper, man. That's my man, Ron Harper. When I was a rookie, Ron Harper took me under his wing when I first got there. And then James Edwards, Buddha came to the team.
Okay.
Buddha Edwards.
Yes,
indeed.
I've been watching these dudes play in the finals, man.
Yeah.
So Buddha kind of took me under his wing when he came. And then Big Chief came to the team. I've been watching Robert Parrish play. I'm thinking this dude mean as a mug.
Chief cool.
I'm like, Chief coming, he mean as a Chief super cool.
Oh, man.
Chief snatched me up under his wing. Young fella. Chief a good dude, man. So Harper was my first. Harper was my first vet that kind of took me. Buddha took me under his wing. And then Chief, and then MJ had, kind of took me under his wing from the get-go. People always ask me, how you guys developed a relationship. I mean, I said, I just did my job, man. He saw I worked hard. It was when he came back, and just kind of went from there, man. So MJ has always been good to me. Obviously, I scout for the Hornets. He brought me on board, so he always been good.
You know that, it's good.
So I've been scouting for 8 seasons now.
Wow.
So,
And
to
you
get that call.
commentating as well.
And I commentate, I'm a TV analyst, but Curt talking about getting that call about all man. I mean, I've got some calls. You know, you get a call from MJ to come be on his unit.
Say, come on, yeah.
You gonna come on and do
You
it?
motherfucking right. Shit,
But,
you goddamn right.
I get that call from Curt Smith, like, come on down here to Herbal. I'm coming down here.
That's my dog. That's my dog right there, man.
And you know, the biggest thing with me growing up around here and playing, I heard about the Curts before I met them. I heard about all these dudes. Obviously, I had played against Mike Tate and all these guys. And I was like, I want to be a name. I want to show what I can do. And you know, as I started developing, you could see that I could see that I was coming along because people wanted me to play with.
Hell,
You know
fuck
what I mean?
yeah.
And I remember, you know, I was younger, and Mr. Gore called Tony first.
Yeah, because you was on Tony team.
Yeah, I was on Tony's team.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Gore might have talked to my mother, and she told him to talk to Tony. He talked to Tony. Tony was like, cool. And they took me on the road with them, and I was young buck. And they had a squad. Curt, Mike Tate, Walt.
Yo, this nigga was cooking.
They had a squad. We went to Hampton, Virginia.
Hampton joint.
And to be on that team and all them dudes, I was the youngest dude on the team.
Yeah.
I was still a pup, man. Still a pup trying to
But
find a way.
with great potential though.
Yeah, and y'all brought me in, and it was like, you know, it was like I had been there. And that kind of helped build my confidence too. So I just had a bunch of confidence builders. Then when we went, then I got the invitation to Nike. The funny thing is, when I got the invitation to Nike, Coach Henderson came to me and was like, hey, you got invited to this summer camp, this Nike thing. I was like, man, I don't want to go to that camp. I didn't know nothing about Nike camp.
Right.
I was like, man, I'm going to hang around here in the summertime. He was like, no, you going to this camp.
Yeah.
So I was like, he kind of broke it down to me. And then I show up. Curt there to get on that train. We was getting on that train. We was roommates. We was roommates. We was roommates at Nike.
That's how I knew that.
We was roommates at Nike. That's how it kind of grew.
2 words, right? Like for a while, I'm like, "What's up, Joe?" You know what I'm saying? This nigga funny motherfucker, man. No bullshit, though, man. That's why when I ran into you at the was it Maryland Georgia game like a year or so ago?
It was. We were at the Verizon Center.
Yeah, I was like, Joe, what's up?
Like we hadn't even missed a beat.
Yeah, it was still cracking jokes and shit and all that. And then the one thing that I like, Slim, when we finally got a chance to rap, and I was saying about the show, and you like, yeah, I be watching that joint, man. Anytime in town, I'm gonna come through, boom, boom, and for you to call and like, dog, I'm in town, let's rock. You know what I'm saying? And to us, that's much appreciation. You know what I'm saying? Because we see you on that big stage with the commentating them games, man, and it just shows a lot of like loyalty and dedication on the respect level that you have for still inner city basketball. You know what I'm saying? The shit that we trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to talk about that, like, you watch a lot of NCAA basketball, man, and commentate these games. Who you see, man? Like who the baddest motherfucker out there individually? Give me one name, one player, man, that you can say this motherfucker a bad motherfucker he's doing.
Well, I think the DeAndre Ayton kid he's kind of emerged as he's probably the closest thing out there this year that could probably change a franchise. He probably got the highest potential of changing a franchise.
Gotcha.
I mean, you talking about a grown man, Dwight Howard type built body, but with more skill. More skill, more potential to do, stretch the defense, come out there, shoot, skill around the basket, pass. He's clearly the best player, best prospect in college basketball. I mean, obviously some guys, the kid at Duke, obviously Bagley is good. Obviously, Trae Young put on a special season, kind of wore down at the end. Guys are kind of getting at him, but offensive-wise, he's skilled. But I would say DeAndre Ayton is the best player in college basketball that can change a franchise. I would say Jalen Brunson was probably the most reliable basketball player, consistent basketball player in college basketball. And then he just know how to get it done.
Yeah.
It's funny because I look at basketball, and I done had a lot of guys come through my AAU program in Chicago, and then my coaches, we talk about at one time for 2 years we had Javon Carter and Jalen Brunson in the backcourt.
Damn.
Javon Carter and Jalen Brunson in the backcourt. Jalen was playing up. And then Javon Carter stayed with my program the whole time. And just to see these guys, we got a guy on Tennessee playing right, but just to see, be able to affect the game on the grassroots level and see these guys doing well. Because I remember I started my program, I had a kid, Brandon Paul, he played with San Antonio Spurs. And so just to see,
he finally
cracked in.
that contract.
Right, but to answer your question, I would say DeAndre Ayton is probably the best player in college basketball right now.
Okay. He's a bad motherfucker though.
You know, but the game is on. The game is obviously guard play and who has that ball in their hand. But as far as a franchise changer, he probably got the highest potential. All the dudes in college basketball right now.
I totally agree. I totally. Now let me ask you this though: since you watching all this college basketball, how good of a pro would Bagley be? Give me your honest opinion.
I think the way the game is, if he goes to a team that's a up-tempo team or kind of free-flowing offensive team, open up the court, I think he can be successful because he can run the floor well. He's explosive around the basket on lobs and rebounding. He gonna get to his left and he gonna make a way. He gonna finish with that left. So he's got some skill around there. I think he's gonna be a solid pro. Now, whether he can be a superstar or not, that's still to be determined. I think worst case scenario, he could be a high motor, high active scoring 4-3 type of guy that could cause some matchup problems. If you put a big on him, blow by him, run the floor, finish. You put a small on him, he can post him. So I think he's gonna be. He got to improve defensively though. But this is the NBA, this is the new age, so not too many dudes playing defense these days. But I think he's gonna be solid.
We was watching a kid from Texas yesterday, Mamba.
Some shit.
He's
some
not
shit.
ready at all.
And he's probably 80 years old. And he's probably 80.
He's not ready at all.
And he's probably 80.
Well, I've been seeing Bamba play for a while now, so I've been seeing him on
fuck all this. Fuck all this. What you think about this game? Dickey, don't come here with this bullshit. Don't come with this political, I'm on the air, with this. What you think about that? He's some shit.
This game, he's a
come on.
High risk, high reward. High risk, high reward.
Yeah.
Kid,
Yeah.
I look at the kid at the glass half full. It sounds like you look at it half empty. It sounds like you looking at it half empty. I'm looking at the glass half full.
Okay, I'm looking at some shit. That's how I'm looking at it.
He got a long way to go, man.
Yeah.
Physically, he can block shots. Physically, he got a long way to go, but he's got some upside, man. But you gotta brush off the. You gotta brush it off. No, I'm serious. No, I'm serious.
So you actually saying he's gonna be okay in the league?
No, well, in order for him to be okay.
No, in order to fuck all this Dickey Simpkins bullshit. Is he gonna be? What you think, man? And don't you start this bullshit because I know you. Fuck this. Fuck all this bullshit. Now keep it real. You know what? He can play. He can play. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't want to push it out here.
No. You got your perspective, your opinion. I respect that.
So what you think?
I think he can play. I think he's got a chance. High risk, high reward. I don't think he's bad like you.
No, he's bad. He's bad.
But now I think he can play. I think he's gonna be fine. But can I give my perspective on why?
Yeah, why? And why? Oh, why what though? Why he's gonna be what? Good or
why he could be good?
Okay, what?
The reason why he could be good is because he has He has unbelievable potential with some things that I don't think people can see. But what's going to have to happen is he got to go to the right situation, the right kind of coaching staff, right development. If he go one of them veteran coaches, it could be a wrap. It could be a wrap because they're not going to have patience for that. He gonna have to go to a team that's going to have some serious patience. Have some serious patience.
How many years you giving him, man?
I'm gonna give him his 4 years on his first contract. I'm gonna go ahead and give him his 4 years.
4 years to do what though? Like 4 years to do what?
By the fourth year, I should be able to see what he can really be. Okay. So that means, the way the NBA collective bargaining is, the first 2 years are guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
But before his second year starts, you gotta make a decision to guarantee the third year.
Right.
Before the third year starts, you gotta make a decision to guarantee the fourth year.
So what year he can get you for the guarantee?
I'm guaranteeing them all out because it's gonna take time to see him turn into something.
Okay.
So you ain't giving them a chance.
I ain't giving them shit.
You ain't even drafting them.
No, hell no.
Damn.
Hell no. Hell no.
Why you not drafting?
He's
Bone taps got over.
You gotta give me more than you gotta give me more than just that, though.
Some shit.
Why?
So, I mean, I don't
because
see.
he's not strong enough.
What
I'm taking Wendell Carter.
I'm not gonna say some shit. I just don't like the way that he be trying to shoot threes and all that dumb shit. My whole thing is, and this is a prime example of you take a guy like Mumble, whoever his name is, right? This is why I have the utmost respect for what Mike Smith has done with this game back then, and just said, "This is what I'm gonna do."
Right.
To get to where I need to be, I'm gonna rebound this motherfucking basketball all day long.
Right.
I'm not gonna try to score. I'm gonna rebound this motherfucker.
I'm gonna do what I do.
I'm gonna do that. He's actually out there trying to he can knock. No, stop shooting them threes. Stop. You don't have no moves. Just be a fucking rim protector. You know what I'm saying?
I don't disagree.
And a rebounder. And do what you
disagree.
do. Now, if he becomes that, the sky's the limit with him.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying, but I think at the end of the day, you still got. I think one of the components people don't understand is you gotta see what. There's a reason why this kid is not figuring out. Why he's still trying to figure out who he is as a player, right? And why he's not doing what you said. Stick to blocking shots and rebound. There's a reason. What is that reason? Is because people around him tell him he needs to do all this stuff?
Boom.
Yeah.
Is it because now the coach is allowing him to do that
There
stuff
you go.
because he
That
feels
is the
like
reason.
that's how I'm gonna get the kid and keep him here? And so if that's the case, then you have to figure out how do you get this kid to understand. Let's stay locked in on what you do best, and then we'll expand to that stuff. I don't disagree with you. Every game he starts off shooting a three. Now he's made some threes. It's not, and when you look at it, you can say at some point in time he may be able to make some threes, but I don't disagree with. Let's stick with what you do. And Mike Smith, I play with Mike. Mike's a different beast. I mean, Mike, like you said, Mike knew this is my bread and butter.
Yeah,
right here.
this what we do.
This is what I do. I'm gonna go get it. But these kids today, man, they got everybody to. So I can't fault the kid. I can't really blame the kid.
No,
but I agree. I agree that basically he doesn't know where he doesn't know. He's still trying to figure himself out offensively, which is making him not look consistent or look promising. I agree with you on that.
No, I'm glad you explained it that way because, and I think that the way the game is being played right now, I think it kind of gets these kids outside of what they really can do. That's real good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When we were raised, it's like you gotta have something that you do real good, real good.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Versus having multiple things you can really. What's that one thing you can do real good that's gonna get you where you need to be?
Your bread and butter.
And everybody, because the game is played. I'm 6'10". I gotta knock a jet. No, you don't. You ain't gotta do that. You gotta do what you fucking really. That's real good. I just think that, and that's why I like. And everybody get on me all the time. I love DeAndre Jordan. He's not doing nothing he can't do.
For the Clippers.
Yeah, he running the floor. He blocking shots.
Yeah. He stay in his lane.
He stay all the way in his lane.
Making a lot of money doing it.
And I'm just saying, you ain't gonna catch him out there trying to shoot it because he know he can't do that shit. That's not gonna get him no bigger contract. You know what I'm saying? I just think with the boy from Texas, don't get me wrong, potential is to the ceiling. But I think his mind, like you said, his mind is mixed up with probably different opinions and different people telling him shit. That's why he probably go outside that line sometime and try to shoot that three. It's not what you do.
No, and again, like I get what you're saying. Don't disagree. My philosophy, my opinion is exactly. Start off with you're saying. What is it that you do best? Let's do that. Let's perfect that. Mm-hmm. What is it that you want to do? Mm-hmm. And if you want to do this, let's get this perfection. Mm-hmm. Then we're gonna work on the steps to get to this stuff. Mm-hmm. Totally agree. So that's what I do when I'm trying to develop kids, because if the kids don't see that you're gonna allow them to get to this stuff, it's a wrap. Mm-hmm. They're not gonna perform, or they're gonna tune you out, or they're not even gonna want to work with you. They all coming in. They're gonna want to be They're gonna want to be Kyrie. They're gonna want to be able to do this, do that, and they don't even have one thing locked down yet. And that's the point to what you're making with Bamba. You know, what is it that he does best, and does he do that with perfection and stick with it before he starts doing these other things? Mm-hmm. And I agree with you. Mm-hmm. But you also have to still, if you want to get to this other stuff, I'm fine with that. We're going to work on it. Let's perfect this one thing. So we know this your money maker. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't disagree with you on that. I understand. But I see the glass half full with Bamba. That's all I'm saying, man.
Cool.
Is that too politically?
No, you not. You already know. You already know me. I'm what fucking going on and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And all that's cool. So you know on that level, like your high school days, you know what I'm saying? Like you growing up, did you have anybody like that you looked up to on a basketball level that you said, man, I go see this motherfucker play. This motherfucker play my position. He you know what I'm saying? I look up to him. Did you have any, or you just was like pretty much just on a mission of your own?
Well, what happened for me? What happened was, when I started playing basketball, my brother started me in playing basketball. He was the first one to teach me. And the first thing he told me was, you need to be able to do everything. That was the first thing he told me. Mm-hmm. He told me about versatility, and I need to know how to pass, shoot, dribble, and know how to play the game. That was the first thing I learned about this. Then I went from there. And one day I was in elementary school, man. Some kid in my class said, my dad coaching the Park District team, man. Why don't you come? They had already started playing. He's like, why don't you come play with us? Mm-hmm. Well, comes in. I went home, told my mother. She's like, all right. Showed up in like the fourth game, played, and I was just out there on instinct and what little bit I was taught, handling the ball, dribbling under the court, and then it kind of went from there. So just growing up, I was more of a college basketball guy watching college basketball than NBA. You know, Big East ACC. So when I did start kind of zoning in on a guy that played, I used to like Charles Barkley. I like the way Charles Barkley played. I felt, okay, I can play like that. I used to like the way Horace Grant played. Mm-hmm. And these were dudes that played power forward positions, but could shoot the ball, rebound, pass, you know, had athleticism. I used to like Charles Oakley because he played with some toughness and he could defend. So these were the kind of the guys that I was watching growing up. And Buck Williams, I was watching Buck Williams. Dang. So I was watching them dudes.
Buck was tough.
I was watching them dudes at the power forward position and kind of trying to, you know, do some of the things they would do. So those are kind of the guys. I don't know if I really had one guy that was like these kids today. LeBron's my guy. Or Steph. I don't think I had one guy. It was just a combination of those guys that played the power forward position. So that was kind of with me.
But that was your natural position, the whole three, just power forward.
Yeah, but then when I got to college, when I got to Providence, I ended up playing.
Dickey, don't start this bullshit.
I ended up playing the five.
I was about to say, you ain't been no three. You couldn't dribble worth shit. Don't fucking do that.
Hey, all I know is, man, all I know is, I know what's documented on film. I know it's documented on film. Me bringing the ball down the court. That's all I know. But it was time for me to have to dribble the ball. I could dribble it. I played the 5 and the 4 in college on defense, on offense. On defense, I guarded 5, 4s, 3s, 2s, and 1s.
Right. Good switch on the pick and
so
roll.
I had to do a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
And then we got to the point where when teams would press us, Coach Mons would have me bring the ball down the court. Then he put in a play for me to run off the lob with me bringing back. So my versatility or skill sets started coming into play. So it was tough, man, because sometimes they wouldn't allow me to, different coaches wouldn't allow me to do stuff.
Right.
But like you said earlier, I also knew how to adapt to what environment. If I'm playing at the Herbo with you, I'm getting ready to run the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to catch and shoot. If I run the floor, I know you're going to throw me the lob.
We gonna ISO you too now.
So I knew I'm not getting ready to be trying to handle the ball. I'm playing, I'm playing with you and your brother. That's a different story. So I knew how to adapt with whatever environment it was on what I needed to do.
How strict was Phil Jackson?
Well, you know,
Preparation wise, too many guys said they played with Phil Jackson.
Yeah, that was a veteran team. I was the youngest dude on the team. Everybody had families. So it was kind of, get in where you fit in, young fella, and wait your turn. But Phil was easygoing, pretty precise on everything he did, kept it real simple. And everything was mental. So when we practiced, we might do an hour and a half, or at least an hour, just going over the triangle offense. So if you didn't have any basketball IQ, you couldn't. Your mental wasn't good in basketball, you wasn't getting ready to play with the Chicago Bulls, because you weren't going to be able to do the triangle, and MJ was going to kill you every day for being brain locked. So Phil was all about the mental and the mental preparation for the games, and that was pretty much what it was, man. And just repping the mental stuff. Phil played the game, so it was. It was pretty much self-managed with the team. Veteran team, you ain't really got to do too much with a veteran team.
Now, was Mike very vocal in some of Phil's decisions?
You mean vocal towards
towards certain plays or certain who we going to or what we gonna do, or was just the Phil show all the way?
It was Phil was calling the shots on the plays, but it was pretty simple. We going to MJ.
Right.
Hey, you mess this up, there's a problem. You mess this up, there's a problem. We know who the ball is going to end up at the end of the day. I think the chemistry with the whole thing was perfect. Phil, MJ respected Phil. Phil let MJ basically be the leader. MJ was the leader of the team, so Phil knew how to back. One thing Phil was good at is he knew how to manage personalities and egos.
You played with Dennis Rodman, right?
Yeah, so pretty much the only time that something really got sticky was when it was dealing with Dennis, with D-Rod. And when they dealt with D-Rod, it'd be Phil, MJ, and Pip in a meeting with D-Rod. And once they had that meeting, it'd be done. It was done.
And Steve Curt was there too, right?
Steve was there. The funny thing with D-Rod, man, I played with D-Rod for 3 seasons. We had a conversation 2 times in 3 seasons. We had a conversation.
He just come to work and go home.
D-Rod wouldn't say much. He wouldn't hardly come to work. He wouldn't hardly say nothing. At first, it was kind of like almost a little disrespect. Like, we walk in the gym, we're going to speak to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, at first, I'm like, coming from around here, all right, dude ain't going to speak. I ain't going to speak. I ain't going to go out my way to speak. Then I kind of understood. He came and did his job. So the first time he had a conversation with me, we were on a plane flying. D-Rod had got hurt. This was my second year. D-Rod had got hurt. He had just signed. I started from November. I started all of November, December for a long stretch. So we on a flight, D-Rod come up to me and all of a sudden sit down next to me on the plane, right? I'm like, it's okay. All right. And so he started talking. He asked me how I felt like I was playing. I said, I felt like I was playing good. He said, you are. Gave me some pointers. We talked a little bit, and that was it. That was my second year. The next time he and I had a conversation was when we won the last championship. The championship game was over. We were in the locker room, and we had a conversation. You know, he was all hype, and then he was talking a little bit then. Fast forward, I don't see D-Rod for probably, last championship was in '98. I don't see D-Rod again until like 2008. I'm at the Super Bowl. Whenever the Super Bowl was in Phoenix. So there's a party up in the hills. I go to this party up in the hills at this house. D-Rod there. D-Rod, I'm walking up, D-Rod's outside the door. So I'm thinking this dude ain't gonna speak. He speak. Dude talks to me for the whole night. Dude talks the whole night and never stopped talking. And I had 2 conversations with him over the whole time I played with him. I said, wow.
Wow, dude.
How was it when he was defending you in practice? Was it tough?
And sometimes it was. D-Rod, good thing, what made D-Rod good was how strong he was. He had a strong base in his positioning defensively.
Is he legit 6'9"?
No, he not nowhere near 6'9".
What is he?
D-Rod probably 6'7".
Okay.
Probably about 6'7". But he was strong base, and had good anticipation defensively. And had good knack and anticipation rebounding wise. I think people underestimate how strong he was for his size. You know what I mean? And he had a good knack and anticipation for rebounds defensively, and then he just played with an unbelievable passion.
But besides you, I mean, you right there on Jordan and Pippen and them dudes' teams. Outside of them 2 guys, like you in the league, like who you saw that was the, besides Jordan and Pippen, who was the one motherfucking bad motherfucker to stick out to your name and boom. Like you played against someone, you seen them, you know what I'm saying? You just won.
I would say KG.
Garnett?
Yeah, KG was growing up in the Chicago area, and I was playing in the summer league in Chicago. KG was coming out of high school. This when it was the summer when he was getting ready to go into the draft. And we were playing in the summer league, kind of like the Herbo summer league. Everybody play up there, all the NBA guys. And at first, I was like, okay, they talking about this kid being, real good. I was like, almost like on the Bomber, like you were with Bomber. Like kid skinny, kind of.
Don't put it weak. Bombers, no.
So, but KG had unbelievable passion. He had some skill. He was athletic. But I was like, I didn't know. Fast forward, I think KG's 2nd or 3rd year in the league. We got a preseason game, and I got to guard him. And he was just on fire. I'm trying to switch up everything. And KG just, getting it done. Real difficult. I would say KG is the guy that I would say bad dude. Bad dude had a chance.
I ain't disputing that. That motherfucker was bad.
And then it was like playing against him in the summer league in high school when he was coming out of high school. And now I didn't see that. I didn't see that he was going to be that. But after his 2nd year in the league to his 3rd, you can see now the transition start. And this is what I'm saying to you. KG came out of high school, right? Real thin. If he didn't go to the right situation, I don't know what happens. But he goes to Minnesota. They had a plan. They threw him in the fire right away. He had veterans that made sure he grew and his maturation process was on point. And then it just took off from there after his 2nd year. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I was saying with Obama. That's kind of what a lot of dudes, I mean, at the end of the day, man, there's a small percentage of dudes that, if they play in the NBA, are going to be superstars wherever they go.
But you're not convincing me with his mama shit.
go.
You can explain that shit to the fullest.
I'm not trying to sell you. I'm not trying to sell you. That's not my job. That's not my job to sell you on them. I'm just using that as a...
No,
I'm not selling you on Bomber. You already made it clear. You already made it clear you're not picking him on the board. I got that. I ain't gonna tell you. One thing I know, I ain't changing you.
I'm not picking that up.
You're not picking him up, man?
No, I'm not picking up. No, sir.
What you think?
I like him, man. Right now, he's more of a defender, rebounder, run the floor, and finish. He needs to gain some weight, get stronger. But he got to go. He got to get that money right now.
I'm not,
he only there for 1 year.
That's no question. He's gone.
They know he's on.
I ain't even talking about that part.
I think he's going to be all right in like 3 years.
Okay.
I didn't think Miles Turner would be that good. He's playing a lot better. Indiana.
But again, guys get it. Guys go. Miles Turner go to the right situation.
Yeah, Nate McMillan.
Yeah, but Miles Turner ain't sorry. You get what I'm saying?
Did you think he was going to be doing what he's doing now? Because he only played 1 year.
Yeah, but he ain't sorry though. I just think Mama's sorry.
Nah, man.
I just think he's sorry.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
You take Wendell Carter over Mama?
Any day of the week.
Yeah.
Monday, Sunday through Sunday. You not?
Yeah.
Okay. You not?
I'm not gonna get into who I still.
Don't start. Don't you start this bullshit. See, you know what? Don't start.
Hey.
Don't start this motherfucking shit, man.
As an official NBA scout, I can't get into who I was picked over. We're not gonna get into that.
He broke it down, man. Like,
We're not gonna get into who I was picked over who. I'm just giving you the breakdown on Bomber's abilities, man.
Mama ain't bad. Mama ain't bad. If y'all drag that motherfucker, I'm blaming you.
I didn't say that was going to happen. Make sure we clear on that.
clear on that.
If I didn't have a position that I had, then I could go expand a little bit more. So
it's all good, man. Let's talk about your AAU joint, right?
Yeah. I've been doing the AAU team NLP out of Chicago. Started it back in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing it for 12 years. After I finished playing, I came up with a bunch of things I wanted to do. One of them was to try to do a little program.
Mm-hmm.
First, I started off doing development, working guys out.
Yeah.
Then I had some kids where their parents said, why don't you put a team together?
Right.
I didn't want to get into AAU at that time because I was like, AAU, it's too much with that.
Mm-hmm.
They wore me down. The 11th hour, I said, all right, put this team together, one team. And I had the kid, Brandon Paul. He has just finished his freshman year of high school. He was kind of like our MJ, and then it kind of went from there. After that first year, I ended up having 5 teams, all the way up to 11 teams. Been doing it 12 years. And it's crazy because when people find out, some of the guys that are in college basketball or have been in college basketball and find out they came through my program, it's like they can't believe, like we got the kid Javon Carter that plays at West Virginia.
Yeah.
He's been in my program since he finished 7th grade. Admiral Schofield kid at Tennessee. We got a kid that's going to Xavier. And then we've been able to win 2 national championships. I mean, we won 2 AAU national championships, 17U, D1, and that's with not a shoe company sponsored team, independent team, and that's winning against shoe company teams. First year we won in 2013, so we beat Boo Williams down in Orlando. We ran through the Nike team out of Atlanta, and we ended up beating Team Fed, an Under Armour team in the championship.
Yeah.
So.
They're from Tennessee, right?
Yeah, they're from Memphis. They're from Memphis, so I've been able to find the right kids and the right families for the program, and the thing we try to find under the radar guys with chips on their shoulders, guys with obviously gotta have some talent. Guys are just getting overlooked, and I've always been a believer those dudes, if they got some toughness, they can beat the dudes that be praised all the time. So I've been doing it for 12 years. We had a team in Tennessee just for the past 3 years. They all graduating now, so it's been good. A lot of work. A lot of work.
But people don't even know that part of that shit.
We've had guys, we developed the coaches. They going on to college coaching. We got players go. We got players and turned into referees in college. So it's been able to develop a lot of stuff.
Good, man.
Been good.
It's real good.
Nah, that's what's up, Slim.
Can I bring you here to DC?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Well, I got battle with Takeover and all
Hey,
them.
man, look here, man. Do your thing. Do your thing, man. You got Takeover, you got Premier.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
That AAU stuff is a lot of work.
It
man.
is. I tell people all the time, so it's time consuming.
It's a lot of work, and finding the right kids, and man, is the key. Because everybody moving around, everybody think they're good. Y'all know how this goes. And when you're being real with these kids and their parents about their evaluation, nobody wants to hear that stuff.
Yeah, I want that shit.
They don't want to hear it.
They do not.
And then the crazy thing is, I always hearing people talk about they want development. Or, we want these only ways to develop, but that's not really what they want. They just saying that.
Right.
Most people are just trying to, just like college basketball, they're trying to run with the name brand stuff and where the hype is. So, it is what it is. But it's been good, man. It's been good.
All right, that's good shit. So, watching this tournament, man, who you got?
Man, I don't want to talk about this term. My bracket already jammed up. I had Arizona winning the whole joint.
Yeah.
I had Arizona versus Villanova in the championship.
Same game.
And they done jammed
So
up.
y'all went with Arizona after all the bullshit that's been going on? I knew not to go with them.
I looked at their bracket. It looked favorable.
Yeah, the bracket was
Yeah,
favorable.
but then I think they point shaved.
And they had been on the road.
I
They had been on the road.
think
They
they
had been on the road since that stuff been
Aiton
going
was good
on.
enough to
I
get
think
the
they
win.
shaved.
Right.
They shaved. I think they shaved.
But the one concern I had about the Arizona going all the way, the one concern I had, which happened to them, was that they came up against a team that played small ball. If the small ball worked, it'd be tough for them.
Right.
And Buffalo came in with small ball, and they had dudes that played high major basketball that transferred there. They had chips.
Blow them out the water.
Yeah, they had chips on their shoulders. So, that was a prime example right there. But so I had Arizona, North Carolina Final Four, Villanova, and Kansas. And I had Arizona and Villanova.
Villanova's real good, though.
Villanova's solid.
I got Villanova winning it.
Villanova's the most consistent.
It's all who to say going. It's all who to say going.
I got Duke winning.
I gotta go round by round now.
I got Duke winning.
This is probably for me the most unpredictable NCAA
Yeah,
ever.
I agree.
Because
Totally
when you look at them brackets, like y'all was doing that night, it's almost like every bracket it could go either way.
You're right.
Yeah.
I totally agree
It
with
could
you.
go either way.
Did anybody have fucking UMBC?
Lion Rail, that was
No, I
it.
didn't have
One
that.
day I won about 18,000.
He bet 800.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
No, I didn't have it. I had
You said Lonnie Real Ham.
I ain't had that after the pick.
Nobody's sitting
Show
up.
us your bracket.
Yeah.
Nobody's sitting up thinking.
Shout out to Big H.
Arizona
What's up,
gonna
Big
lose their
H?
first
My man.
game. That ain't
Well,
ain't no
Virginia. I
right to do
mean, if you predict that, you don't need no
So
basketball.
I didn't have Virginia going past second round.
I didn't have one past second round either. I had
that kid
them
was
lose.
the sixth man. He's their best player.
I had them losing Arizona.
I had Tennessee going to the League Eight. I don't know.
Yeah,
They lost.
They just lost to
lost.
Loyola
They lost
Chicago.
by 1 point.
They
To
just lost.
Loyola Chicago.
They just lost.
Lost to Loyola.
Yeah, lost.
Loyola on the road, man. Well, after they got that first win, that's the type of Cinderella stuff that ride. I
They
mean,
just lost.
you know what? I ain't even
Good
gonna
luck
say.
charm with them.
I'm not even gonna say Cinderella because actually
They 30 and 5.
they handled their business in.
Right.
They're not a Cinderella
They
team.
30 and 5.
But a lot of it is, man, these mid majors, and a lot of it's because of the one and done. But these dudes aren't scared of these teams. They don't walk in the gym thinking.
And then they got
I'm
ginger
losing.
seniors.
Right, that's what I mean. So with them
Yeah.
having older guys, they like, man, I'm better. They like, I'm better than these dudes.
Right.
There's no, you could watch some old games like back in the '80s. You could tell the 16 C's were a little
Yeah.
shook
Shook
We
up by them
we
big teams,
Now, man, they walk in there like, man, we
They ain't
about,
shit.
we about to
It's
beat
yeah,
you.
it's like whatever.
Yeah, I played against them last April at AAU.
And that's a huge part of it. Because they was talking about Jerry Lyles, how Josh, he was in the starting
Seen
lineup with
everybody,
Josh
like,
Houghton
fuck
and
it.
Stan Robinson. He was on the one, I think, team like the year before, national championship team. Hey, so you know who he's scared of?
They ain't tripping off that shit. Hey,
Speaking of Jerry Lyles, big shout out to Ivy 23, man. Kid put that
yeah,
program
yes,
on the
he
map.
did. Yeah. And one of them
Good
programs
guys over
that
there, yeah.
got the big name program.
The
You know what I'm saying? You
Blackman
can play them
Brothers,
and
Ron
find
Waller.
them. Shout out,
Yeah,
definitely
man.
shout out to Ivy 23. No bullshit.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to get on the you and Bryson's matchup. Even though he ain't here, this motherfucker be
Bryson.
swearing up and down.
He probably
Shout out to
watching the
JB.
Yeah, man. When somebody challenge your all Met spot, man, you
Yeah,
gotta,
he
you gotta
say
respond.
that
You should have been. He said you. If,
Oh, man.
you should have been a second
We
team.
told him stats don't lie, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, part of that.
Don't you come with this bullshit. Don't you come with this, that's my man. No, fuck that shit.
No, part of that is JB, you know, it's personal for him, so he in his feelings a little bit.
Okay, yeah. That's
he in his feelings. That's an in his feelings type response. I get that.
Yeah. That the fuck
I get that.
Yeah.
Who won the matchup?
I won the matchup clearly. One thing I give JB, when I first started playing against him when I was a sophomore, he could block shots. So he could block shots. Once I figured that out, actually JB was one of them he was one of the few shot blockers around here. Once I figured that out, that kind of helped me on how to play against shot blockers, use your body into them, all that. Once I figured that out, that was a wrap. But for him to say he could take my all-miss spot.
That's what he said.
My stats spoke for I averaged 24 points a game.
I know what the fuck you did.
I don't think JB ain't averaged no 28. He ain't averaged no 20
like
games.
18.
He was scared of Ray Slater.
Yeah.
I want to say Ray Slater.
JB.
Scared of Ray Slater.
Wherever you at, JB, when you in Vegas or whatever watching,
Yeah, JB
you might not
versus
even
Curt.
average 15 a game, dog. Come on, you might not average 15 a game.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Terry versus JB.
And he said he never heard of no 17 block game.
Yeah.
He said he had a game of 17 blocks.
17 blocks in one game.
Against who?
Lago. I mean, not against Blaisberg, was it?
He
Something
said
like
17 blocks in one game.
I can't confirm that. I don't know that. I can't confirm that.
Had it against Bowie Christian.
You ain't read about it in the paper?
Nah. I ain't nah. Hey, look, JB was on the all county team. He was on that all county team when we
He's not happy with that.
when we went to take the picture with Bernard King. He was on that team.
He's not happy with that.
He's like,
He's not happy with that.
he come get my spot. He can't come get my spot. Like, you heard it from the man right here.
Come get our spot.
It was a reason why
It was a
a
reason
young
why,
dude got called up on the all-met team.
got
That's
that
no
call.
bullshit.
I got that. So
You got that green room call.
This motherfucker was.
So who won the match? Who won the match? 1-on-1? That's me all day long.
Oh, we know
and then
that.
the stats show
Yeah.
that I was worthy of all met, man. That shit.
Oh, very worthy of that shit.
And then and look, we played Villanova in college.
Yeah.
Got that matchup too. We got 1-on-1 matchup too. Hey, I got that matchup too. That's on record. That's on record.
Well, you picked the right time to come to Vegas, motherfucker.
Yeah. That's why he need to be here today. That's why he need to be here.
Yeah.
Look,
Hey, Dickey told him he was coming on the show.
Yeah, that's why he went to Vegas.
Fake ass Big E.
Yeah, that's my dog right there, though, man. That's how we doing it, champ.
JB, we played AAU. JB played with us at Tony Walker's one time. He played with us.
Lamont Gumby, I think Lamont
Gumby.
Y'all mentioned
I
Lamont.
played 1 year with you.
We had my point guard from high school, James Stevens, was with us.
Yeah, that's Lamont.
Yeah, we had a little team. JB said that, and that's the other thing. JB was out there like KD. He had to join up with us. Hey, JB had to join up with us. He came over. He had to come join up with us. I ain't gonna join up with him.
Hey. Yeah, nigga, I hope you watching this one, boy. I swear, I wish you was here.
Hey, am I lying? He had to come join up. This is facts.
He opted out.
Hey, what you say when you put the post up? Hashtag facts. Oh, you got hashtag facts. When you go up next to hashtag facts, JB was like KD, join up. Hashtag facts.
Boy, I wish that nigga JB was here, boy. JB was mad as shit tonight.
Yeah.
Why JB couldn't get Ray Slater slide?
Yeah, right.
And that Ray Slater was mean, though. In high school, he was scoring.
Ray was getting buckets. Ray Slater. Ray was skilled. He was getting buckets.
That
He
year,
shoot that thing.
it was you, Ray, Monty Williams, my man Andre Cole from High Point. That motherfucker scored that bitch. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Dre Cole. Y'all had one more motherfucker that was getting scored. Besides Michael Tate, it was somebody else in that county that was getting a few little buckets in that county, Joe. I just can't think of who it was. It wasn't no major buckets. That was before them, though.
That was 89.
Yeah, JB.
Y'all beat Dickey 89. Y'all beat Dickey 89.
JB was in the All-Met. I'm trying to think that.
JB was second team.
I mean, I'm sorry, not All-Met. I'm gonna say JB was in All-County. Come on, man. You got the All-County.
No, I'm with JB. I'm with JB.
JB, you can't get my spot on All-Met.
Yeah.
Curt say that All-Met team greatest of all time right there.
That's what I think.
Curt said that's the greatest of all time All-Met team.
That 89, man. I just think that, man.
How many NBA players was in that All-Met team?
Seven.
Yourself, G. Hill, Mike Smith, Moulton, Lynch, Monty Williams. Good. That was.
But I think the crazy part is because like Chase team had like 6 or 7 too.
That was
different.
2000.
But the difference was all you guys played like 4 years or more. It wasn't just I got in, I got out. Everybody did.
That team couldn't fuck with our team though. I mean, I'm just.
Chasing them had 6.
Yeah, you can run the names off to the man right here. Yeah.
Sweetney, Rodney Wright.
Yeah.
Roger Mason, Chase.
Rodney Wright was a lottery pick, wasn't he?
Yeah, Roger Mason, Chase, DeMar Johnson,
DJ was
Keith Bolton,
DJ was a lottery pick.
Joseph Forte.
Yeah, match that shit up. Match that shit up with that motherfucker.
Keith stayed in the league the longest.
With that 89 mob.
Keith Bolton stayed in that league.
Yeah, he out that mob, he damn sure did. Yeah.
So that unit that we had, I mean, that I would consider that the OG All-Met unit right there. I mean, again, this.
That was crazy. The mob we had. They had a great mob. Don't get me wrong. You just ran off some bad motherfuckers over no bullshit.
No,
I just I just like the wings we had, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mike Smith. We ain't mentioned Mike Smith.
Like, I'm the dudes.
That's what we missed, Mike Smith.
That shit was crazy.
It was 7 guys from y'all year, 7 guys from Chase.
It was crazy to see how that was crazy though, Slim. No bullshit. And this has been a gym with them caliber players, man. That shit was. I mean, we wanted to come to practice, get some bump. You know what I'm saying? Just to get some motherfucking bump. But that was y'all, you too, Mo. That 90 mob, Dickey, y'all 90 mob.
We had a nice mob in 90.
Yeah, 90 was strong.
Yeah, that nice mob.
This like we was joking, but I said, this the quickest trigger shooter I had been around. You talking about dudes with quick release? You letting that thing fly. Yeah. Mid range, quick dribble, off the bounce.
Yeah, we ain't losing
knocking down threes.
No bullshit.
And coming off pin downs.
Yeah.
He not gonna pass the ball.
Nah, I ain't say nothing about passing. Nah, wasn't no passing coming. Wasn't no passing coming from. But he could score the ball, so we knew what he was gonna do. We giving him the ball to go get the ball.
No doubt about it. Charlie, I tell motherfuckers every time, y'all got Measy fucked up out this motherfucker for real. This nigga was automatic frying machine, man.
Nah, Charlie Mosley.
Frying machine.
He was getting buckets, man.
No doubt about that shit.
I said, this dude getting buckets.
Played y'all at Providence. I was like, damn, we're going against him and Mike.
And all y'all to say that's wild though. All y'all motherfuckers, that
you was getting your shots though at Georgetown too.
Yeah.
John was letting you get your shots.
Yeah, he in there.
I say him.
Then you went on down there and rolled out on
and got some more shots.
Got some more shots.
And
I know that was hard getting them shots from Randolph.
No bullshit.
Man, you had to threaten his ass.
No bullshit.
Then y'all had Rodney. You played 1 year with Rodney, right?
And 1 year with Duncan. Yeah.
Rodney Rogers, that nigga was bad.
Yeah, Rodney was like that.
I remember playing against Rodney Rogers in AAU in North Carolina. They said this dude about to come in the
Big
gym.
Zeus.
Man, Tony took us some little gym in North Carolina. Rodney Rogers walked through that gym like Evander Holyfield. We all skinny and thin. This dude, because he at the time, I want to say they said he was the #1 high school football player at the time. That man was dunking that ball 10 and rim down.
Herschel Walker.
Look, we was like, Big Phil, you got him, man. Get him.
Nah, they said that
Get him,
was
Phil.
awesome. Yeah, they said that was awesome, Joe.
Yeah, he was grown. He was grown man when he was in 9th grade. I
They
didn't see
said
them
that
kids
was
like
awesome, Joe.
that. Him, Luther Wright.
Luther Wright, yeah, Luther Wright. She was home, right?
Yeah.
Luther Wright
coming out of there.
Jerry Walker was tough.
Jerry Walker, crazy ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, that 90 group was tough too.
Yeah.
At that time, DC DMV basketball
Right.
was
Like scouts
jumping.
was everywhere.
Every college, I mean,
couldn't breathe, man.
Yeah, I come across college
That's how I
coaches
keep trying
now.
to tell
You
people,
couldn't
Joe.
breathe, Joe.
Hey, Dickey, no bullshit. When we used to be on the road, Joe, how many fucking coaches to flock to DC getting that?
Yeah,
DC played. All the coaches
Then I
in that
some of the
motherfucker,
games
Joe.
here.
I see coaches.
Man,
I see
flocking
coaches. I see coaches of that time now. You know, Mike Bray was an assistant back then.
Yeah.
I
That's
see a
good,
lot of
man.
dudes now. They always bring up
DC.
that era.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, Joe.
You know what's even more funny? Y'all don't remember the tall dude with the big ears that used to write about the place.
Kachowski.
Tom Kachowski.
You know, I see him from
Still
time to
remember
time.
everything.
No, he
He
know.
remembers every time I see him. He
Everything.
brings up this whole era, though.
Nah, every time I seen him at the Keith Stevens event.
Yeah, I
dog.
remember.
I'm up to Mountain. This was last year.
Yeah.
Well, he said, Curt Smith, 1989, Capital Class. Wait, I wear
Oh.
glasses and shit now. How the
Yeah.
fuck you remember me? You know what I'm
I
saying?
know it's-
He knows
He
all
gave
that
something.
shit.
And he don't have a cell phone. He don't. He
Nah,
writes
nah.
everything down.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, again, all these experiences kind of helped mold my confidence in
Yeah.
being able to play. But I got to play Boston Shootout with you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Was at Nike with you. Then
We all
when
were
they
that
started,
motherfucker.
then when they started the New York DC game, this man, that was his game. He used to tear them New York dudes. He used to tear them New
I'm
York
gonna
dudes
call
up.
this nigga every time. Though. Where
He
you at?
used
Where
to
you
tear
at?
them New York dudes
I mean,
up.
where you at, Joe? You in
So
town?
DC New York thing started. That was Curt's show. Them niggas used to come down here with them New York dudes. I said, they don't know about this Curt Smith right here, boy. And then with Mr. Gore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, every time I was turning around, and that era, 88, 89, 90,
Yeah, man, it was crazy.
It was major basketball then, man.
that even before, I mean, because I saw y'all had Henry Hall on
Yeah,
here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jay Bias was getting it done.
Oh.
Rest in
Oh,
peace.
Jay Bye, yes indeed.
I remember
Oh,
Northwestern was like the five slammer gem we played
Anthony
them.
Tucker.
Anthony Tucker.
Tuck was a bad motherfucker, Joe.
So that era, I hear coaches always bring that up now, and I think the area kind of, at least from a perception standpoint, it kind of went down a little bit,
Yeah.
and then it came back up, and it seems like it's been up since it's come back up. Went down. I forgot who. I guess when
Man,
Kate.
y'all dudes went and made all that money hooping, and y'all raised y'all kids, you know, a different way. They didn't take the game. They didn't have the basketball wasn't life or death for y'all kids.
Yeah, true that. So I don't know what era was it that kind of got it rocking and rolling. It was that Beasley and KD and them guys
Yeah,
kind of brought
man.
it back
Mike
on the map.
Beasley.
They kind of brought it back up again.
That Beasley, goddamn, boy, that was a bad motherfucker, Joe.
Dudes kind of brought it back up again. But the other thing people don't know, if you look at the NBA right now, or if you look at the NBA over the past whatever amount of years, and this is a fact, two facts. How many dudes have been in the NBA from the DMV, representing the DMV, have been lottery picks from the DMV, and then how many dudes have been in the NBA from PG County? One little county of dudes that have been in the NBA.
County got a rack of motherfuckers.
And so guys bring it up to me all the time on the road and about the DMV, but the talent is here, man. There ain't no question. It's always been here.
Definitely.
I get when some of these games I do on TV and I get my prep done and I see, oh, this kid from,
Yeah.
gotta show them love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta show them love.
So you on what station you on?
So I've been doing TV for 10 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Started off on ESPN. Doris Burke got me going.
Okay.
Because her husband at the time was our SID at Providence, and Doris was doing some TV stuff locally up there. When I decided to stop playing basketball, I called him up. I was like, yo, one of the things I want to do is get in TV.
Doris working, she's still on, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Doris,
She did the Wizards game now.
Right.
So he was like, call Doris. I called Doris. And Doris put me on with the decision makers up there at ESPN, and then it kind of went from there. And then I did 5 years with ESPN. Now I've been with Fox Sports the last 5 years.
Okay.
So I do
You know
most
Colin
of Biggie's
Cowherd?
game. Huh?
You know Colin Cowherd?
Nah, I don't know him personally. No. Yeah, I don't know him personally. We haven't had any interaction.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
I be watching this show here.
I've been watching.
No,
I've been watching him for years.
You know, he's the Skip Bayless type motherfucker. He don't give a fuck.
But nobody said.
And he gonna say what the fuck he feel. You know what I'm saying? But them the guys that go with him, you gotta say the fuck you feel.
Yeah, it's his show.
Yeah, it's his motherfucker show. He say what the fuck he want to say. One question though, did you ever play Jordan 1-on-1 in practice?
Yeah, he probably gonna dispute this. But I got a dub, man. I got a dub against MJ in practice. But he always disputed. It was one of those, when the vet will grab a little young guy, play some 1-on-1 before practice started.
Mm-hmm.
So we played one. I think we played a 3, and I got the dub. But he disputes that I won. But yeah, I played MJ 1-on-1.
They say he's a trash shit talker.
Oh, I mean, every day, MJ, I give him this too. To be the best player in the game, superstar, practice every day, and practice at a high level, to the point where Phil would have to tell him to take off. MJ can have 55 back-to-back nights, he practicing the next day.
That's tough.
He coming in and he practicing, and he gonna talk trash.
Oh, man.
He going hard. And when Phil wanted to make practice real interesting, when he wanted to make it real competitive interesting, he put Pip and MJ on opposite teams.
How was that?
It was real intense, man. Real intense.
They talk shit to each other?
Yeah. And then it made it more intense because, they both want to win. They both want
Jordan guard Pippen now.
Yeah, he could guard.
Pippen guard him too.
Who won the majority of matchups?
We only did it once. This is one of them. Once in the blue moon joints, MJ would come up with the dub. He would come and he would let you know. He talking, coming up with the dub, man. So, but it was only once in the blue moon, man. It was probably happened 3 times the whole time. Phil would put them on opposite teams, and they'd be on. It'd be live. It'd be so much intensity and pressure, like it's a real game.
Right.
You know what I mean? In practice. So.
Did them two dudes ever go against each other like 1-on-1, like after practice and shit like that? It was strictly business.
I never saw them play 1-on-1 against each other.
But who would you pick 1-on-1?
I'm picking MJ all day long.
You got him though. You back him down. You had the jumper going.
Yeah, I mean, people talk about LeBron and MJ, who's the best player in the game. Obviously, LeBron is unbelievable, man. I mean, you can't dispute that. And you can put each accolades up and all that stuff and argue back and forth. But MJ is always going to be the best player in the game for me. Not just playing with him, but the one factor that makes the tiebreaker, the difference between MJ and LeBron, is mentality. MJ's mentality, I'm going to ride with that every day. Every day. Last second shot, first big on any team, and the highest percentage of winning because of his mentality.
How was it towards y'all as teammates? Like, cussing motherfuckers out or?
Oh, yeah. He cussing dudes out. I mean, especially for me, I'm a young dude, so Phil cussing me out. Then MJ cussed me out. And then here come Pip. Sound like a little chihuahua cussing me out. Like, hold on, Pip. Hold on, man. Hold on. I know you weren't great as 50. I ain't great as 50. All right, Phil done cuss me out. MJ done cuss me out. All right, man. I'm good now, man.
Hey, Todd, stop that bullshit, Todd Bozeman. The nigga Todd, so who's the best player on that AAU team?
On which AAU team?
I don't know. Oh, shit. It was you, Todd. You was the coach, baby.
No, Todd got one of my players over there. Point guard, Morgan.
Todd bad motherfucker. Todd know what he's doing.
Cameron played in my program.
I love to see my man get one of them big jobs, man.
Yeah, man, he deserves it.
I'm telling you, man, he gonna do what he do, man.
He deserves. I mean, with all these dudes out here doing what they doing, and they pop up in new jobs every time I turn around. Todd,
no bullshit. That motherfucker know his shit, man.
Todd deserves it.
My roll call the homies, man. Todd Bozeman, David Cox, Mike McGee's, Bruce Singler, all them dudes, man.
Dave.
White boy, they gonna get to where they need to be, man. Yeah. No bullshit, man.
Big Travis.
Terry Lancaster, Performance Auto, baby.
Performance
Bad
Auto.
boy right there, Terry.
Need to holler at you, Terry.
With no bullshit, though, Simp, man. Appreciate you coming on the show, man. We close us out with something, man, that, you back and forth in town and you seeing different shit now when you come home. A lot of people don't really understand who Dickey Simpkins is right now and where he coming from as far as like AAU perspective, the commentary perspective. What could you give our DMV people, man, like the kids, man, like a little advice, man, to get on that level where you commentating games and one day you might be talking about them on the air?
Man, the biggest thing, I'm running across kids all the time. I would say, first of all, figure out what it is you want to do. Whatever it is. You want to be a high-level basketball player, you want to be on TV, whatever. I would say once you figure that out, man, put your plan together and stick with the process, man. Embrace the process, stick with it. Stop trying to cut corners. Everybody trying to get there quick. And there's no quick way to get to really being the top or the best of what you want to do. So I would say embrace the process, man, and stop being scared of work and stop trying to get to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow real quick, because it just don't work like that. And then I would tell them, man, put 3 people, man. All you need is 3 solid people around you that have your best interest, man. That's going to tell you the truth. It's going to guide you and put you in the right place to succeed. And that you're not going to be in your feelings when they tell you something that you're not doing.
No bullshit.
Because if you in your feelings, that's the person that you need to keep around. You need to figure out how to get out of your feelings, man, and get better. And then the last thing I would tell dudes, man, you put the reps in, man. Put the reps, put the proper repetition in when you, whatever it is. It don't matter. It's not just basketball. Just put the proper repetition in. You put the proper reps in, then you're going to develop in the proper instinct, man. The repetition is going to turn into instinct. Kids be out here like, why I can't do this or why it doesn't work? Because you're not putting the reps in. You know what I mean? You're not putting the proper reps. You're doing crazy stuff. So those are the things I would say to the DMV or kids trying to get to wherever they want to be, man. But I appreciate y'all having me on. I made it, man.
Man, we're so happy to see
my
you,
mom
man.
was still alive. I said, Mama, I made it. I want a red cup. Because y'all my guys,
And Mom's cool, man. You already know I know, man. You know what I'm saying? And one thing like my brother was talking today, he was like, one thing he always admired about you is whenever you came home for short breaks, so you always just wanted to get in the gym.
Yeah.
No time off. He always.
I used to be in the gym.
He said, when that nigga come on, he just want to get in the gym.
Do the workouts,
Yeah.
man. And you know your brother work too.
Yeah.
You ain't coming in here playing around. You about to put this work in.
Yeah.
He being efficient with the work. You gonna be non-stop working.
Yeah, that's no bullshit, man. Like I said, man, appreciate you, champ. For coming on, man. And like I said, man, when we go back to our draft board,
It's
I'm just, y'all bet. Don't let my man be around. I'm taking him as the first pick, maybe if I get that first shot.
Who was that?
Hey, we do our little red cup draft. So you in the second round of our draft.
Right, do it around
So
June,
if you take Grant Hill over, you remember he just said that shit.
I saw it.
Remember he just
I'm
said that.
passing up on Grant. I'm paying too many injuries.
Oh, he just Cuban you, man. He just marked Cuban.
Right.
Y'all niggas-
Hey, as long as JB don't get drafted. As long as JB don't get drafted before me, I'm all good. Hey man, anytime y'all need me or come on or whatever, I'm around, man. Y'all know when I'm
You already know, man. Appreciate you, champ.
I'm the same dude I always been, man.
Hey, and always.
So I'm here.
No
y'all
bullshit.
tell JB, man, next time he need to be in here, man.
He will.
Very disrespectful that he want me out of the here.
He not here.
You're not here to defend yourself.
Yeah.
You're not here to defend
Stop
yourself.
ducking rep.
Right. Stop ducking wreck. Stop trying to act like you don't want to play up. You don't want to go up to oxygen.
Right,
you don't want to play down
right.
ducking the wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they be like, why you don't never come out here and play with us?
No bullshit, man. Hey, look here, man. Thanks for everybody, the viewers, man. Had a great guys tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? What, 3-time champion?
Yeah, 3 times.
Chicago Bulls, man.
Don't forget about my Big East championship.
Big East champion. All that Big East championship. Yeah. Big East Simpkins, man. Appreciate you, champ.
Appreciate you, man.
My man, all love, baby. We see y'all next week, man. My man, hopefully Mike Smith next week.
Yeah.